Hey guys, Jano0, how you doing? I hope all is well in YouTube land, whatever part of the world that you are in. Okay, we're adding on and redoing the chicken coop, kinda, but what we're doing is we got our old chicken coop here that's out along the side of the pheasant pen. We redid the pheasant pen, and we're in the process now of going to add on to our chicken coop. We're going to add on a 8-foot wide by 6-foot long section in there, and we're going to put a new roof on it because the roof leaks, even though I got a tarp and stuff draped over it. And the first thing we did was, kind of level out the ground a little bit with a tiller and raked it smooth because it all had a bunch of humps and stuff in it. And then we'll set the pole. And then this one here, which is by nowhere near plumb, yeah, we'll adjust these when we start nailing them together to make them all, as plumb as we can and as square as we can. But keep in mind, when I built this building here, this chicken coop, I had no idea what I was doing. Didn't have any idea how to build anything, and I still don't. But we do the best we can with what we have, and we're adding on hens all the time to our laying flock, and I want to get it up to about 30 or so hens, and we're going to need more space and more roosting space because it's getting crowded inside that chicken coop in the evening time. So that's what we're doing. We're going to what we're going to do now is we're going to set these posts, and then we're going to start running 2x4s to straighten everything up and brace everything up to build the new walls. When we put this new wall on the edge over here, that'll allow us to get rid of this really crappy section of the old pen, and that'll be a wall. And then we can run new fence from the wall up to the tree up there to get rid of this because it looks nasty. And it's just kind of held together with, baling twine pretty much. So, but, this is something we put up several years ago. I guess it's close to 8 or 9 years ago, maybe 10, I don't know. But anyway, it's getting redone. Because we didn't do the best job in the world when I built it the first time, and now I know a little bit more and we have a little bit better materials, and so it's time to redo it. So we're going to get after it. We're going to take that old tarp off the chicken coop, and then we're going to start building the walls. I'll get inside there and we'll take this section out and just kind of fold it out of the way for now and put this wall up. That way nobody escapes and gets out and is running around every which way on the hills. So anyway, periodically we'll turn the camera on and show you some progress, and it's probably going to be, a really boring video because we're just, putting up stuff and building, and we ain't no good at it. But some more everyday mundane crap. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Alrighty, so here's where we are so far. We got that wall over there built, going out towards the barnyard, and we got that fence temporarily fixed and reattached to keep everybody in and everybody out. And then we got this wall here in the pheasant run done. And of course, you can tell that the ground is not level and it's all gobble-gooped up, and then all this other kind of stuff. So you enjoy the joys of building on uneven ground. And this here area is going to be the new addition part. And this is going to be a couple of day project for us. Because by the time we get up and get our morning chores done and get out here and get everything going, yeah, we're using a nail gun rather than driving them all nails. So we got to go get some more nails. We're using a nail gun and we're cheating. Yeah, so anyway, we got to go into town, and everybody who knows me knows that I love going to town about as much as I love a good case of hemorrhoids. But we got to do it. So anyway, like I said, this is going to be a couple of day project because by the time we get up and get our chores done and get everything rolling, we're on the job at the crack of noon. So probably by the time we get all the way into town and get all the way back with the materials we need, it's going to be too late to do anything else. But we'll see. And the next thing we do is going to be put on this back wall right here and then start on the roof. So we'll see the next step here in a little while. Okay guys, we're back at it here this morning.
And before noon.
Yeah, and before noon. And the trip to town, well, I didn't get sick and I didn't get arrested, so I guess it went okay. But people in town, man, but they're always bumping into you and being rude, and the little kids are pointing and laughing and taking pictures and, "Mommy, he smells like Tinkle," and all that kind of crap. I want to be out here. So we're working on the back wall here. We went ahead and framed up the back wall. We did the back wall like you would do a regular house wall or anything because we're going to put a tin roof on it, and it's going to be supporting the extra weight, especially in the winter when we have snow. And then down here, before we go any further, I'm going to take some of our scrap chicken wire here and lay it about a foot out this way into the dirt. This is the outside, the creek side of the chicken house. That way, in the case of any predators trying to dig underneath, they will dig into the chicken wire and not be able to get underneath. So I'm probably going to put some chicken wire on the outside, and maybe even a layer on the inside to keep from digging out that way. So that's going to be the next step, is putting chicken wire on the outside and on the inside, and then we'll cover those with dirt, and then we'll put our plywood sheeting on the backside here and start working on the roof. So the next time you see it, we'll have at least the plywood and stuff on it. Alrighty, we got our chicken wire on the inside and the outside. We're starting to put this plywood sheeting on now on the back. So what we're getting to do, we got these braces here mounted so we can mount our roosting poles. So once we get this next section of plywood here up, there's a half sheet going here. Then we're going to take my Sawzall, or my reciprocating saw. I want to cut out this back wall here of the old part of the coop, and we're going to start running the new roof. We've got 16-foot 2x4s that we're going to run back and forth so we can put some tin roofing on it. So that's the next plan, is to cut this back wall out, and then we will see you guys when we get that done and the roof off. Alrighty, so we got the back wall up, we got the roof off. What we're going to do now is we're going to build another section here on the wall to be the center wall support. You can see what kind of gap we got there, so we're going to make some blocks and prop all that up, and we're going to start putting on the tin roofing. And of course, it's starting to rain, because that kind of stuff happens in the real world. As soon as you get your roof off and start working on the other roof, it starts to rain. So I will show you guys the finished product when we get done. We're using scrap tin roofing from an old carport, and we're going to use that. So anyway, we're going to get off here so I can get this done, and we'll show you guys the finished product. All right, what we're using for material is we've got a few pieces of this, the old sheet metal roofing that we scavenged off of an old carport that was getting tore down. Yeah, it's got a lot of holes in it, but we will take some tar and seal those holes up with tar once we get it up and on. That way there's not going to be any leaks. I have this piece. My buddy David Young, somebody was throwing away a big screen flat TV, a big flat screen TV, and he asked me if I wanted it, and I said, "Hez to the yes." He brought it out here, and this is the screen protector front part. It's just a big piece of plastic that's got a tint on it, and we're going to put this on as a piece of roofing for a little bit of a skylight or so in there to help with the light inside the chicken house. Before we put this up, we will put it up on the roof. This will go on first. We'll tar around it, seal it, pre-drill where we're going to put our screws in it and screw it down, and then seal all that up so it doesn't leak with tar. And then that'll be the first one to go on, and then we'll put the roofing on around it and seal up all around it. That way we have our light, and it still will shed the water off. And then we've got one good piece of 16-foot roofing that Uncle Bill gave to me. He had down extra from when they re-roofed his barn. So, man, Uncle Bill, you rock, man. So, we're going to put that on there. That's what we have for the roofing materials, and I'll go show you real quick what we got going on in the house. Alrighty, here we go. This is probably going to be dark before when we start putting this on. It's going to not be very light in here, so I'll show you before we start putting the roofing on. Just your basic 2x4 and your 1x4 slats roofing materials to screw the roofing down through into these into those slat boards here. And it's pretty simple, pretty basic. And once we get that on, then you see we'll have some gaps between where the walls, the old walls were. It has a different angle and stuff on it, but that's okay. We'll just cut plywood and put that up there and seal them up. But anyway, very basic. And we're adding on, the chicken house is going to be just about double the size of what it was before. That area back there is going to be strictly roost. We're going to put our roosting poles and our roosting poles and stuff like back across through there, and we'll make like a grid in between these wall supports, and over there we'll make like a grid section of roosting poles so that we can have up to 30 or so chickens in our laying flock. And there we go. That's the inside of it. And then we will show you guys when we get everything all said and done now. Well, I don't know how well this is going to come out. There it is. We've got the roof on it now. We've got the new roosts up there. Some ladies are already there checking it out. We redid some of the fence here on the gate, on the little gate, and we ended up using 3 different kinds of roofing. Ain't it purty? Yeah, but you know what? It'll keep them dry. So at some point now, we're going to call it today. At some point, we'll just go around and put the fascia and soffit on before the fall and the winter, before it starts getting cold, and seal everything up real good. But that's not going to be a big of a deal. That'll be an hour and a half or so to do that. But right now, the chicken coop is bigger and better, and I'm happy with it. So you guys, I hope it wasn't boring. Thank you very much for watching. Y'all have a great day. God bless. The end. Buzz, buzz. The end.